Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the UDS and DIRISA Datathon information session. My name is Inga Mbambo, and I am the data science coordinator at UDS and a student. I'll be your host today's session. Thank you all for taking the time to join us as we engage on this exciting Datathon initiative in collaborating with DIRISA. Before we begin, I would like to briefly take everyone to today's session. We will start with the welcoming and opening remarks, followed by the UDS perspective presented by Simanga Kunu. Thereafter, we'll hear from our DIRISA guests, Mrs. Ngudoli Gudu and Ms. Boitepo Sebusho, who will take us through the DIRISA overview and Datathon brief. We will then move on into the Q&A session before concluding with closing remarks and next steps. Without taking too much time, I will now like to introduce our first speaker, Simanga Mchunu. Simanga is the AI and Machine Learning Coordinator at UDS and also a student and a former DIRISA Datathon participant who will be sharing insight from his own experience participating in the program. His presentation will focus on the value students can gain from the Datathon, the importance of opportunities like these within data science and applied mathematics, as well as mentorship and collaborative learning support available through UDS. Over to you, Simanga. You can now share your screen.
Thank you very much, Inga. Hi, everyone. Let me share the screen. Hi, everyone. My name is Simanga. Today, I'm going to share my experience within the DIRISA challenge. Then this presentation will be go from the challenge journey from participation to DIRISA mentor. But it is not just about what we did, it's about what the experience open up. It's about how a Datathon can be the first chapter of a story that can take you from the student to competitor to trainer to mentor to a person who sets up the very next challenge. So today I'm gonna
Simanga,
yes. Can you hear me?
we cannot clearly hear you. Can you guys hear Simanga?
Yes.
Currently, yes, but there was a feature interrupt.
It's intermittent.
Okay. Okay. Am I clear now?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay, and today I'm going to walk you through the story, slide by slide, stage by stage, so that whether you are sitting here as a student, a professional, or an educator, you may live with a clear picture of what's possible when you choose to show up for data science. So every journey starts with a challenge, and this one was the real one. In 2024, I participated in DIRISA challenge as a student under ALX. What we went through, we registered under DIRISA, and then from there, we were trained the 5 weeks, 5 days a week, training from data science, cleaning, building model, prediction, and deployment. And then from that training, we were given a test to write, and then we selected the top 6 from the students that were participating for each university. And then from then we went for university qualification. If I remember, I think there were 20 or 21 university and South Africa, including the, I think there was Namibia one and Lesotho. And then from that, qualification with those 21 university competing for the top spots. We started with challenge 1, where the qualification for universities. We were given the unemployment challenge, which was our first challenge, where we used to historical labor data to predict youth unemployment trends. And then from then we, after we qualified for the university challenges, I think we have 10 university or 9 university of the finalists. And then from that finalist, we were given the challenge 1, kind of a training or preparing us for the final stage. And that challenge, we were given the temperature or climate challenge. We were using the MATLAB environment. I think as a UNISA students, we have a free license under a MATLAB, so you'll be lucky if we're gonna get it this year. So I think we may start preparing for it. And that's what we're using. We were working on develop or prediction the model climates under South Africa. And then on final stage, we were given the health challenge. We were in Eastern Cape in Port Elizabeth or Gqeberha. And then from there, we did end-to-end projects, from cleaning the data, develop your model, and then deploy your results. But one may wonder, what do the judges look, or the technical guys look at your project? The rubric of evaluation focuses on data understanding and cleaning. You need to understand the problem statement given, and then you have to be novel or innovative, have a social impact, and then understand your technical accuracy and scalability, where our model not needed just work, but you need to be accurately, and then they needed to be in a way that they could scale. Your solution that will collapse in a moment that you get a real data volume is not simple enough. And then fourthly, you need they look at your presentation and storytelling. Because the best insights in the world is useless if you cannot communicate it. As a data scientist, you can't tell a story only doing by half. That's only doing about the half job. So you need to go beyond just showing us a graph. Tell us what the graph must tell us a story, where you come from, where we're going. And then this also one of the attempts to go through the methodology or the technical workflow, from turning the data into action. How do the process works? You define a problem. E.g., when we're looking at our unemployment forecasting, what does the challenge within unemployment within South Africa? We look at how high the unemployment in South Africa. I think it's one of the highest in the world. We also look at the youth. What does, if your youth you have the highest youth in the world that is unemployed, that means your future generation also will be unemployed. Professor Spear?
Thank you. Can you please go back to the previous slide?
Okay. Here.
Yeah, I'm a bit concerned there about the judgment they make on data understanding and cleaning. Let's get to cleaning. Do you see?
Yes.
Because I believe it that may depend. We are now focusing on their rubrics, right? and the criteria that they are looking for. Because if you are talking of data cleaning, you understand, is there a criteria that they are looking for? Because if maybe say, for instance, we are competing and then we have got this data that we're working on, right? The way we clean it solely depends on the models we intend to use for training. Do you understand? Yeah. So what I want to get there, how do they make judgment? Or maybe does the criteria under these rubrics they are using make it clear in terms of how far they should go? I'm not sure if my question is clear.
I think it's clear, Professor. Thank you very much. Okay. For you, I'm going to go as a participant or as my experience. So I'm not going to go deeper. I think the DIRISA will go deeper in their presentation after me. But it's generally data cleaning. We look, most of the easiest or the simplest way one can clean your data, you look at your missing value from converting your categorical data into numerical data.
You answered me. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you. You answered me. Okay.
Thank you very much, Professor. And then you're looking at the methodological or the technical workflow. So we look at defining the problem. I think I went through already on defining the problem, understanding what your unemployment is and its effects or the future effects of it, and then collecting and understanding your data. They usually give us the data already, so you just have to download and then work on with it. Either you can also work on open data or open AIs. You can download your own self if you wanna add for additional purposes. And then we look at processing the data or transforming your data. So you clean your data, normalize it, impute your missing values, etc. And then also you look at building your model from your machine learning models, you like linear, regression, decision trees. These also, for me, I'm just gonna do the highlights, but during the training, all children that are registered, they go through it and then we train them, or the DIRISA train them. How does this works and how do we go from here? And then we're looking for deployed and communication. So, yes, Professor.
Yes, again, I'm looking at the models there. So these models, are these the standard models that they should choose from? You give these models, they don't go beyond.
Thank you very much, Professor. You may go beyond just this baseline model. You can choose, also depend on the challenge that you have. So you can look at what model, what challenge.
That is my concern, because that is my concern, because the choice of the model depends on the nature of the data.
Challenge.
Yes. Okay. Question answered. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor. And then we look at deployment and communication. So a model that just exists on a notebook, it does not have any value on business impact. So you need to communicate it and also deploy so that the outside world can access it. So that's what generally what the DIRISA look for. But you may go beyond, and then also I think the DIRISA team will come also and explain after my presentation. And then we go to evaluate and validation. This is one of the process. So you go because your building a model is not only it's only the beginning, but the rest is to test whether it actually works, whether anyone beyond your team can understand and use your model. So we look at evaluation side. We use established performance metrics, but also here also depend what a challenge are we having. We look at if we may use accuracy for purposely when we use a classification problem, use your RMSC when you look at a regression problem, ESCO if you want to try to balance if you have imbalanced data set. So this all, for me, I'm just giving you highlights, what we went through, what make us a better team, also what train us.
Okay, Mr. Mkunu, once more. Sorry for these questions.
Yes.
I just need things to be clear. Can you go
Yes.
back again to deployment? I didn't see it.
The
Okay.
deployment, yes.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, I see. Did you intentionally leave out the Docker containers? Because I'm a bit concerned if maybe the model, yeah.
Yes, no, not really. But usually, your Docker, I'll say, too technically for a data science side. But if one want to go there, I think also one is
Okay.
allowed to go there. Yes.
Yeah, because you know my concern is depending on the system. We don't want a situation whereby now when I open, you know what you say you have deployed, when it gets now on my side, it doesn't work. You understand?
It works on my it works on my machine.
Yeah, it works on
I
your
can attest
machine.
it.
Hence, I'm
Yes.
questioning the usage of the Docker containers there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's fair enough. Probably the team will look on it. Maybe we can add in our training during the training.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much, Professor. And then we go to look at your tools, platforms, and technical stack usually. And also, I'm going to highlight. You may go beyond just what I am going to mention here. We usually use, because I think because Python is mainly used for data science, also it's got a lot of libraries that help you when you're cleaning your data or analyzing your data. The likes of NumPy, pandas. So we during our team we use mostly Python, and then on a challenge that we're given temperature we use MATLAB because it was put out by MathWorks. But depending on that the next challenge, which or how we'll go, I'm not sure. But I think that's what we went through as our experience. We use SQL to pull the data and on our final data on our final challenge. And then you look at your machine learning libraries or scikit-learning or learn TensorFlow, Keras, XGP Boost, your Prophet for predictable beta. And then databases, or we use the DIRISA. Here it is because we're just giving the data, so we just said to download, but you may go beyond. You look at the government data sets, your who open data, you look at hospital. You may even create your mock data, but to make sure that it is not just a biased data set that you may use. The platform that you may code on or your IDEs, we use VS Code or MATLAB Online, Jupyter, or Google Colab, just for you to write your code. And then when you're doing your cleaning of your data. And then your version control with Git and GitHub. This is very important for team collaboration and version tracking. So when, as a team, also this works on your leadership skill as a team within your team, and also how you plan within the team. So your GitHub helps you plan and control your code and your work. These technical stacks enable scalability, reproducibility. If I come here and then I can use it beside your team, using as your team, but again, someone else reproduce your result that you were using, and also it helps you for your real world readiness, for job readiness, because most of the job they use the same stacks. And then time allocation, how we went through. I think for the first university qualifications was 1 or 2 months, where we had to break down the unemployment challenge. And also we need to look for your self-study. We're given also we're given online training, and then team school bidding within your team. The second stage was a temperature challenge. I think it was 1.5. That was in 2024. So if my memory serves me well, I think we went to 1.5 because we started before we go to the final training on December. And then our final, it was 1 week where in person. This was one of the intense end-to-end data science sprint. You need to build your team as fast as you can, understand the challenge that we're giving, which you have to build a model, presentation, and then also networking. This also help network with the industry aspects in South Africa. On on the highlights and evaluation as the participants, I think you come up with the end-to-end project thinking or project that you already did. You understand your ML or machine learning, AI implementation, your SQL querying, and data pipelines, visualization, and technical reporting. I think also what stood out the most was a team transition from just your data to working solution across 3 domains. We learned to collaborate using your GitHub, and also that's pure respect of kind understanding within the team members, which also very important when you go into the challenges like this. What Legas helped me build confidence, created impact, and shaped the next generation of data scientists. We went from just a typical student to a problem solver. And then this is just beyond the competition. I started as a student, and then I became a trainer, and then also I was also like one of the trainer who were asked to create a challenge for last year. For last year challenges, I was one of the, and then also became a mentor and a judge. So you see that you not just participate, you become the part of the data science ecosystem in South Africa. It is what the benefits of being DIRISA participants. Let me just go through what benefits really are from skill and experience gain from going through your ML data pipeline, your natural language processing, visualization, and storytelling, which are real world skills like machine learning. You understand the technical storytelling, not just theory, but application, the kind of skill that appear in job description and the research grant requirement. You work along your researchers, academics, and practicing data scientists, where in South Africa, where networking is very important. So when you meet those kind of people, you leave your impression, or you engage with them, they'll guide you what next will you do or should you do. You get you're given award, those who perform well, and also recognition, they give a certification for participation. Your portfolio project, which what you did during that time being within the research challenge, that will help you when you go to the when you're looking job markets. You show what you built, what you could understand. And also because within the challenges, we have a research segment. So you being exposed in the research, which how the data works within the data infrastructure, and as an individual also, as you were to create your poster for research, you do research within the particular problem that you were given. But someone else must say, okay, why should I join? My answer is this: because the best way to learn data science is not just to study data science, it is to do data science. It's to work on real problems that matter. So this challenge is just it is a launch pad for your future. It is not just for prizes, but for career, a professional network, a sense of purposes that most courses simply cannot give you. One of the things that students that went to DIRISA, there's a lot of them that they've been went and go to the high places within the job market in South Africa, and also others they even create a job or become founders. You stand up as employer, you learn under an expert of mentors. You have a direct access to the technical and research mentors from academia and industry. You learn, your work can simply solve impact a problem in South Africa that can be applied within South African challenge. You grow Sorry, I think. Okay, can you hear me? The got cuts off the network.
Yes.
And then also you
Yes, we
become
can
part
hear
of the community. Not just leave the chat because you're participating. You also become part of the community of DIRISA. Thank you very much for your attention. If there's any question, maybe we may ask after the DIRISA team have presented. Thank you very much. Inga.
Thank you so much, Simanga, for sharing your experience and insights with us. I believe that a perspective is valuable, especially for students who may be considering participating for the first time. At this point, I would like to welcome our guests, Mrs. Gundo and Ms. Boitepo, who will be presenting on behalf of DIRISA today. Their presentation will cover the national role of DIRISA, the Datathon challenge teams, and program structure, skills development, training opportunities, certification pathways, and overall participant expectations. Thank you once again for joining us. Over to you, Ms. Gundo and Boitepo. Can you share your screen?
Yes, I can. Thank you, Inga, and thank you, Smanga, for the wonderful presentation. And thank you for having us. Let me just share my screen and I'll get started. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your
Yes.
screen.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, today I am joined in here with Boitepo, our data scientist within DIRISA. I'm not sure if Tolani is here, but I think he came in and joined. I believe he's busy on his side. And yeah. So yeah, thank you so much again for the presentation, Smanga. It's very good and great to hear from you again and to see that you are continuing as well with the Datathon and the Datathon challenges and, you know, spreading the word. So to start off, yes, like Inga mentioned, my name is Gundole Gudu. I am a software engineer within DIRISA. So basically, I'll just take you through an overview of who we are, and then moving forward, I will then take you through the programs that we run. If you have any questions, you can just pop them in the chat, or just raise your hand when I am done with the presentation. So we fall under NICIS, which is the National Integrated Cyber Infrastructure System. And within NICIS, we have 3 pillars. The third one is DIRISA, which is us, and DIRISA stands for Data Intensive Research Initiative of South Africa. So among the 3 pillars, we also have CHPC, which deals with fast computing services across different institutions and organizations. The second pillar is SANRAN, which deals with networking services and providing fast networking services within different institutions and different organizations throughout South Africa and the world. And then we have us, DIRISA, wherein we deal with data services, storing your data, sharing your data, and so on and so forth. I will go deeper into that. So an overview of DIRISA. We'll start off with the first objective, which is the National Research Data Infrastructure, where we have different research data repositories and have have long-term archiving wherein different organizations, different institutions as well get to save their data for a long period of time. And they get to save it for approximately 10 years. And if at that time their data runs off, we do increase their storage and their storage for continuous long-term archiving. Then we have the research data management. We have a South African data management planning tool wherein if you would like to be part of it into our services, you get to send some sort of template that your institution uses, and we get to upload it on our side, and you get to they send like different, you get to send different questions with the different templates that the organization has. So we have a lot of institutions that have sent some of their templates with us, wherein you can also use that same planning document to maybe, if you would like to apply for tender with NRF, there are sets of questions that you get to go through, a set of form that you get to go through. So you can use our data management planning tool to do that. We also have a data sharing tool wherein right now it's still under construction, but it will be made available to our users in the upcoming future. So basically this tool allows researchers, journals, people who have their books and so on and so forth, to place their research paper, documents, whatever they would like to share with our users, and they place it in our system. And after they have placed whatever data they would like to put, they can either store it personally, privately, or they can place it in our public record, which is our data discovery, wherein a lot of people can then view your data sets, or your articles, or so on and so forth. And then we have our data deposit tool, wherein you get to store whatever documents that you want, whatever research paper that you have. And just to mention a bit about this, so basically when you do join our platform, you get 100 gig of free storage, and you get to use our platform for however long you would like to. And if your storage gets to run out, we do increase storage upon request. So that's where the data deposit tool comes in. That's where the storage side of things comes in. And we also have a storage service that you can request more storage if your storage runs out. And we also recommend that each time you do register with our platform, you use an institutional email. Else, if you do not, we do reject on our side. And if you would like to move from one institution to another, you would have to remove your data and upload it to the new username or your new email that you have registered with us, because what we're trying to do is avoid moving data from another institution to one institution to another because of policy reasons. And we also have a DOI service where we provide our users who would like to have a data object identifier assigned to their research paper or metadata. Our platform generates that DOI for them, and also we have different policies and standards aligned with those services. The other objective is advocacy and coordination, where we host different stakeholders engagement, conferences, and workshops. One of our workshops is happening on the 2nd and 3rd of July, where different people come and present their research paper, be it an organization, be it a student, lecturers, anybody is allowed to present their research paper. And if you would like to be a part of that, we will also share a link for you to register. And we also, the conferences that we host, one of them is the Datathon Challenge, where it happens towards the end of the year. I will get deeper into that. Other objective is developing human capital, where we have different e-science master's degrees that we are part of. The Student Datathon Challenge that I'm going to talk about, and the coding school as well. And the last objective is thought and leadership. Sorry about this. Let me just try to minimize my teams. Okay. The last is the thought and leadership, where we have different big data strategists. We are also a part of the African Open Science Platform, and also part of the Make Use of the eScience framework. So moving on to the programs now that we at DIRISA run. The first one, I will talk about the high school program, where we call this program the DIRISA Coding School. It was established in 2019. We usually adopt grade 10 and 11 students. But yeah, last year I think we had 1 or 2 students in the 12th grade. So yeah, we adopt 2 students per year because of capacity, but yeah, recently we have been able to adopt more high schoolers. So over the years from 2019 till 2023, we were focused on the high schools in Gauteng, but luckily we were able to expand and go to other provinces. Like in 2024, we were with KZN. We were in KZN and we were hosted by UNISA. And in 2025, we were in Eastern Cape and we were hosted with the WUSI institution. So basically, we gathered most of the high schoolers within the Eastern Cape region, and yeah, we were able to give them certain skills that we give inside the coding school. So this year, I believe we'll be hosting our coding school within Mpumalanga. We are still organizing everything and the different schools that we are going to be hosting. And then, within the coding school, we try to give the students a lot of skills that can help them in the future. Some of the skills being the software application, introducing them to platforms like Microsoft and different applications within Microsoft and how to use them, making them aware of cyber security. If they're using the internet, how can they protect themselves? We also introduce them to a bit of basic Python programming, just a bit, just so they can get a bit of so they can familiarize themselves with it, because we do take the team that participates best to join the Datathon Challenge with the undergraduates. We also take them through an introduction of hardware, computers, and microbit controllers as well. We also take them through presentation skills and different study opportunities and career paths, and also some skills in data science as well. So after we take them through all these skills, they go through a challenge at the end of the week to identify a problem in their society and use the skills that we have given them to try and solve that particular problem that they have identified. And that's where also the presentation skills that we have given to them and walk through with them, they get to use those skills to try and present that idea to us and the solution that they have come up with to that problem. So some of the ideas that the high schools have come up with are as follows. One team came up with an idea to try and promote healthy habits within South Africa. So they used that microbit controller and they placed it on their ankle. And when they place it on their ankle, it would count the different steps that a person takes that would help healthy that will promote healthy living within South Africa. Another idea, I think this was last year's idea, one team came up with youth unemployment in remote worlds. So their idea was to try and digitize some skills, create different courses within their platform or their websites, and this way where it would be plausible for people who are not able to get into institutions or pay for institutions to try and get some basic skills like plumbing or working with electricity and so on and so forth. So that was the idea behind that. And so many ideas that they have come up with over the years, and they were quite impressive. We were very happy with the amount of effort they were able to put into the coding school. So now we get into the Datathon, which is for undergraduates. And this is we call it the DIRISA Student Datathon Challenge. So it was also established in 2019. It showcases and uses open data to try and solve South African problems and through South African solutions. So we aim to promote data literacy skills. And like I mentioned, we focus on undergraduate students in the private, public, and TVET colleges. We also, like I mentioned, select one team in the Datathon to participate in the Datathon challenge with other institutions. And also we give a theme each year for the students to try and come up with different problems and solutions pertaining to that theme that we will give them. Over the years, these are just some of the institutions that have participated in the Datathon challenge and also within the training that we have given out. So the process that we follow, which is the most important thing right now that I can mention. So during March till May, we do the roadshows. So the roadshows are basically what I'm doing right now. We go through different institutions. So that previous slide wherein it's showing all the list of institutions. So we go through all those institutions, we present what DIRISA is all about, what the Datathon is all about, and we wrap up everything towards the end of May. After that, we do individual registrations, which happen in June. We send out registration links for the students to register and be a part of the pre-qualification training that happens in July. After we take them through the training, which happens within a week, and it is online, we then go through the individual qualifier which happens in August. So the individual qualifier is we give you a set of tasks or questions or a little mini project wherein it will help your lecturer or your mentor to determine the top students that will be representing your institution. So your lecturer will have to pick 6 students to form a group that will represent your institution. And then after that has been finalized and concluded, in September, we go through a qualification round. So the qualification round, it happens this way. So we go through so many institutions per year, and each institution obviously will provide one team. And if we have like 16 or 20 universities that have participated, we then take the top 9 institution that will be performing in the Datathon challenge. So we do also give like a project for all the institutions to go through, and then we on our side select the top 9 institution. And in September as well, that's where the whole top 10 teams will be selected. Like I mentioned, the 10th team will come from the coding school that I mentioned previously. After that, we then take you through a post-qualification training, which also happens online. After the training, we talk about traveling logistics. So for instance, last year, we had our conference happening in Cape Town. So basically what that means is that if we have, teams within maybe Gauteng, we on our side will then fly the teams or the institutions to where the datathon is going to be happening. So this year we have not confirmed yet where it's going to be happening, but we will communicate with you as time goes by. So basically on our side, we handle practically everything. We handle the flights, we handle the accommodation, we handle the food, and if you need laptops, if you don't have a laptop with you, we do provide laptops provide laptops for you, and we also provide internet connections for you during the final datathon, which happens in November and December. So basically here, with the travel logistics, we do advise, or we do ask that whichever institution is going to be present is going to be going to the final datathon. We do ask that they provide local transportation. So if you guys were together, maybe in one area, maybe in your institution, your local transportation will then transport you from there to the airport, and then from the airport, we then take over everything. So yeah, like I mentioned, the final datathon happens in between November and December. So the training list of stuff that we will be taking you through are as follows. So I know Simanga has gone deeper into the training that we do, or the different training materials that we do. But yeah, just a brief overview of what we do during the training is that we take you through introduction of cloud environments, introduction to Python, teach you how to explore your data, how to visualize your data, introduction to statistics and algorithms, introduction to machine learning, either unsupervised and supervised, model deployments as well, and different AI innovations. So questions that we do get when it comes to the training is, do I need to be computer savvy? Do I need to be a programmer? Do I need to be in data science? So the answer is no, you don't need to have those skills. All the skills that you will need for the datathon, we will take you through them from the ground up. We will take you through basics, installations, what to do, what not to do, all those information, all those basics that you need to know, you will be taken through them in the training that I mentioned that happens around June, July. So after we have done all the training for the datathon, during the datathon, we also take you through some presentation skills and study career opportunities, because obviously we do understand that maybe some students might not be comfortable with presenting in front of people. So that's where, with the challenge, we also give you a challenge. The Datathon challenge has 3 challenges. The first challenge is how you focus and predict your data and your idea and your solution. And the second challenge is where you identify a problem and you use the skills that we have given you to try and solve that problem. So the problem that you will identify will have to align with the theme that we will give you. The theme is given before the before the datathon starts. It is not given maybe like a week or 3 weeks before, so that when you do start the datathon challenge, everybody is aligned and everybody starts from the beginning. And that's why we don't allow like people coming in with an already planned solution. And then the third challenge is for researchers. So the researchers create a poster or a research paper. So that is the overall challenge that happens at the end of the year. So like I mentioned, each institution will have to have a team. Each team will have to be accompanied by a lecturer, which will be your institutional mentor. Each team needs to have 6 students, like I mentioned. 4 will be in the technical challenge, 2 in the research challenge. The 4 technical challenges are the ones that are going to be traveling to the venue or to the conference where we'll be hosting our datathon. And the 2 researchers will be assisting the technical research team online. And also they will be the ones to create to come up with a research paper or poster. Each of these teams, the research and technical team, you all have your own prizes that you get to win at the end of the datathon. And also on our side, we provide the research and technical mentors during the datathon. So like I mentioned, we provide most of the things that you guys will need during the datathon. And why we do this is because we want you to focus on the datathon itself and the idea and solutions that you guys are going to come up with. So previous themes that we've had a general theme in 2019, but we decided to break that into a specific theme each year. So in 2020, we focused on COVID-19, 2021, equality of education, 2022, we focused on social media, 2023, youth unemployment, 2024, AI for social good, which I believe Simanga was a part of. And then last year, we focused on driving a safer future. So all these themes that we do give our students, they then come up with a particular problem that they can identify from those themes that we have given them, and then they come up with a solution. So this year, like I mentioned, the theme will be given to you during the datathon. It will be confirmed with you when all the teams and travel logistics and the datathon takes place. So the theme will be communicated with you during the datathon challenge at the end of the year. So these are just some of the examples that some of the teams have come up with over the year. One team in 2019 came up with the idea for developing COVID-19 risk map, a risk map for South Africa. So some of the ideas, all of the ideas that the students come up with, we get to say that the idea is yours. So we don't keep that idea for ourselves. You guys are responsible for that idea after the datathon. After the datathon, your idea is yours. You can choose to go further with the idea. We won't stop you. That is our policy on our side. It is your idea. We don't sell it or whatever. It is yours to pursue if you would like to pursue it further. So the presentation will be shared with you. You guys can just go through some of the ideas that, some of the institutions have come up with throughout the years. The rules that are followed during the datathon. Like I mentioned, I've talked about the teams. 6 members per team, they need to be undergraduates. We will check that if your team is fully undergraduate, and if it's not, we will eliminate the student that is not. Each team will have 1 mentor per institution, like I mentioned, and we do advise that please, where possible, let the teams be gender balanced. The second rule is for the solution. So like I mentioned, the theme is given to you during the datathon. The reason why we do this is because we do not want you to come with an existing code. We want everybody to have a fair chance and to start at the same time. And also you are allowed to use any programming languages or frameworks that can boost your idea or your solution. I think Simanga also touched on to this. Aside from the training that we are going to give you, you are allowed to use any other, programming languages and platforms for your idea. The use of data sets. We provide data sets for you pertaining to the theme that we will give you. And in your solution, you get to use 2 or more data sets, and they all need to be open sourced. So if you do have simulations as well, you are allowed to show your simulations when you present your idea. So yeah, after the datathon, after you guys are done with your challenge, you get to present your idea and your solution in front of judges. So the judges are gonna look at the different criterias pertaining to your solution and the way you present your idea. So they're gonna look at the problem statement, and if your idea or your problem statement fits the theme that we have given you, they're gonna check the relevance and the use of your data. If your idea is innovative and if it is creative, how it has impacted the society, and also your presentation, how you present and communicate your findings. Each team will have 20 minutes to do all of this, including maybe questions from the judges as well. So we've had, different prizes throughout the years. We've had cash prizes for technical and research team members. We've had tech devices. We've had internship opportunities, mostly provided with our sponsors. We have invitations to the DIRISA workshops, like the workshop that I talked about. That's happening on the 2nd and 3rd of July. We also have different opportunities to be a mentor for future datathons. I believe Simanga also touched upon that, and he also was part of the mentors for our 2025 datathon that happens. So to be part of the mentor, for instance, we do get questions like, if I was a part of the datathon in the previous years, do I get to be a part of the datathon again? The answer is no. You don't get to participate again in the datathon. Yes, you can go into the training, but not the datathon. But if you would like to be a part of the datathon, you can be included in it as a mentor. So if you would like to be a mentor for this year's datathon and assisting other students and other institutions, you can speak to us, you can email us, and you can fill up an application with us. So that is some of the questions that we get about the mentorship for the datathon. But I would say the biggest prize of all is the experience and the learning opportunities that you get to gain from being part of the datathon, because not only are we bringing in you guys as institutions, there will be other institutions as well from different pillars. So trying to get that exposure and collaborations with other people is also a great opportunity for you. Lastly, the program that we also have is for postgraduate students. So questions as well that we get from here is the postgraduate the same as the datathon? No, it is not. It is not a challenge. It is basically a way for you guys to get a degree in the different courses that are provided within this this platform or this program. So we are a part of the NAPTTP platform, which is the National eScience Postgraduate Teaching and Training platform. It was established in 2017, and it is the need to establish multi-institutional consortium in data science in South Africa. So it exists to develop human capital with knowledge and skills to conduct cutting-edge research in the field of e-science. So basically, they are there are these 6 institutions that are also a part of this platform. We have the University of Vets Administration Hub. And then with the Masters of Science degree, we have institutions like SPU, University of Limpopo, University of Pretoria, and University of Venda, and also the University of Vets that host this program. And then we have the Masters of Art degree. We're in the University of Vets, and NWU Northwest University is a part of this platform. So that is the postgraduate platform as well that we have on our side, that the program that we are a part of on our side. So yeah, that is that brings me to the conclusion of my presentation. If you have any questions, you are welcome to raise your hand or pop them in the chat. I see a hand, Musa. Musa, are you
Musa,
saying
oh.
something? I cannot hear anything. You can pop it in the chat if you can't unmute on your side. Sipo?
Good afternoon. Do we use the same email address, the one that you are showing regarding the NEPTTP as well? Or is there a different email for that program?
Yes, you can use the same email, and it will take you through the process. Any other questions?
I would like to ask, what technical skills would be most beneficial before participating?
Honestly, if you have any data science skills or any programming skills, yeah, you're welcome to possibly. But then at the end of the day, like I mentioned, you don't need to have any skills to be a part of the datathon. Whatever we teach you is going to be beneficial, and it's going to be enough for you to be able to participate in the datathon. But yeah, I don't know, wait up or any. Do you want to add on to that? If there's anything that can help them, but I think you will be fine.
Yeah, no, you don't need any to come necessarily with any skills because we do try to equip you as much as we can in the training. So you'll be fine. Maybe let me proceed with the chat with the questions in the chat.
Okay.
Yes, to Musa, asking if both research and data are supposed to be composed of undergraduate students only. Yes, that's correct. So that's only for undergraduates, and having not participated in any previous datathon with the DIRISA Datathon rather and made it to the final. So if you didn't make it to the final, you can participate. And then I was part of the datathon last year, and I'm interested in becoming a mentor this year. When would the right time be? Oh yes, you can just send an email. And then is there age restriction? No age restriction as long as you are an undergraduate student. And then also want to know if a student can apply for both challenges. So when you're applying for one. So you make up one team for research and technical, it's one team. However, the specific challenge to whether you're in the technical team or in the research team. So, but you all make up one team is what I'm trying to say. So no, you can't be a member of both the technical team and the research team. And do you have to have passed a certain number of modules to participate? No. So we don't limit you in that aspect. Like I said, as long as you're an undergraduate student, you are more than welcome to register to participate. I hope I've answered all the questions in the chat. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Boitabo. Yeah, I think you covered all of them, and I hope everybody understands. And yeah, everybody had a bit of clarity. But if you don't, you are also welcome to ask anything that you need clarity on, any other question that you may have. You are welcome to do so.
I see another one in the chat. She says, I don't meet the requirements. Can I attend the training without joining the Datathon? That is correct, yes. So even if you are a postgraduate student, you are more than welcome to attend the training, but you just won't proceed to the qualification rounds. How can we register? The information for registration will be shared with the institution and they were forwarded to everyone interested, but the registration will only open in June. So that information will only come out in June once we have finished with the road shows. And then there's another one, is the challenge only for tech students or science majors? No, so like we were saying, it's open to anyone. That's why in the training, we do try to go through the full end-to-end data science life cycle or data science journey. That is to equip everyone, whether you have a data science or computer science background or not. We try to equip you with the necessary skills to continue with the challenge. So it is open to everybody interested. So yeah, I hope that also answers Tulile's question because it's more or less the same. Thank you.
All right. Are there any other questions? You can also unmute yourself if you would like to. Okay, I think everybody, I guess, is sorted.
Yes, Buhle, the meeting is recorded. All right, I think we can now close. We came to the end of today's session. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us. A special thank you to DIRISA team and our presenters for sharing their knowledge and insights with us today. We hope this session has provided clarity and encouraged more students to participate in the Datathon initiative. Please keep an eye on our official communication channels for the next steps, updates, and additional information regarding participation. Thank you once again, and we look forward to seeing many of you participate in the UDS and the Syrup Datathon. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.